This segment of Panther Sports Talk is brought to you by CFU, the power of service.
UNI Wrestling has a freshman at the 174 weight class, but don't let his young grade classification mislead you. Lance is ready to make waves, and in the opening weeks of the season, he's done just that. Eric Braley tells us more about a 4-time state medalist who finished as a state champion his senior season.
Redshirt freshman Lance Runyon only competed 5 times last season due to injury, but he posted a perfect 5-0 record as he pinned 4 of his 5 opponents. This season, he is 4-1, including a dramatic pin over the 11th ranked wrestler in the country last weekend in the team victory over Oklahoma.
So being in the program for a year of just kind of trying to been soaking everything in, and I guess last year I've had leaders like Bryce Steyert and Lujan, and I've worked a lot with Drew Foster, so I've trying to been soaking up a lot of information and little things that they do that they were good at, and whether it's like weight management or strength or diet or even on the mat, putting that kind of stuff out there and continuing to soak up more information, and now not only just putting that in myself, but also sharing that with the other guys on the team.
Runyon is quickly becoming a fan favorite with Panther Nation.
He's a guy, and you keep seeing signs, and I'll go back to last year. So you're wrestling a guy like Steyert, and you just see things, you're like, oh dang, this guy's, he's gonna be good. Oh man, he's gonna be good on top. Oh, look at that attack. But just kind of, how he goes about things, I mean, quiet, but man, he does things really well. And he's a really good wrestler, man. I don't know. I'm excited because I've seen where he can score, how places that he can score, but I've also seen he's tough. He is a tough-minded individual, and all our guys are. But you start seeing an injury, you start seeing this, and then you see how the guy handles it and how they overcome it, and you're like, dude, you're battle tested. Like, you're ready. Like, those doubt, like, we just got to get you. We got to get so you understand. Like, you listen, believe, apply what we're talking about, and you truly believe it.
The sky is the limit for this redshirt freshman from Pleasant Hill, Iowa.
This season, I just want to go out every match and have fun and score points and get to my offense and just do what I do best. And I think if I do that, start that out at the beginning, by March, it should be time to peak.
And I'll tell you about a guy that is bought into our program wholeheartly. I mean, from day one when he committed, it's like, this is me, and I bleed this. I bleed this, and he's to me, he's an epitome of I bleed purple and gold.